movie, the movie in theaters, when that character popped up, I so badly wanted to say, "Welcome to the future!" And the
Oh
guy
my god! Yes.
badly wanted to do that.
I was like, the future.
I was like, should I do it? Should I not do it? And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do it. But temptation.
How did we forget our own safe word? It was lost to time.
Yes, that was actually brilliant.
Oddly enough, that comes up a lot while I'm playing Minecraft with some people.
I dare it. Oh my god. Actually, do you remember how before they did the Broly movie, everyone was asking Team 4-Star, when Broly, when Broly, when Broly? So there was a point when someone actually tried to restart it after they did the actual Broly movie, after they abridged it. Apparently somebody at a convention went up to them, asked them a question, and then finally he said, "So when Bio Broly?" and then runs off
floating around there?
Yeah, you sunk a boat.
Oh, yeah, I did. Got a sweet spear gun, too.
Oh, Mushroom FPS, thank you for joining us. All right then. So you guys are in around the campfire around the fireplace in the Buried Treasures Inn. Long day. Yeah, Grubbo, I believe you just recently sunk the ship from the dwarf at the docks that was trying to charge you. What was it? Storage.
Yeah.
Fun times.
My boat.
Times.
Best reason to sink a boat, out of spite.
Hell yeah.
All right, so yeah, as you guys are warming yourselves by the fire, the innkeep comes around, and she's got her arms just full of bowls of soup, and she's like, "Oh yes, hello. Here's the soup that you ordered. Let's see, here's one for you." And she hands one to you, Benson. One for you. Hands one to you, Phelan. One for you, sweetheart, as he hands one to you, Everest. And one for you. I hope you find supper delicious.
I'm sure we will.
Anybody else grab that soup bowl without trying to make eye contact there?
Why would I do that?
Yeah.
Well, look, I don't think it's going to get any more awkward.
The soup is pretty tasty. It's really creamy, though.
Must be the secret sauce.
Grosser. But yeah, so it's early in the evening still, but Tauren, I believe you've already turned in for the evening as you're just kind of laying in bed staring at the ceiling.
Yep. So at this point, I'm kind of lost in my own thoughts at this point. I'm just kind of looking at the ceiling, my head kind of resting on my head. And then I just mutter to myself, I have to talk to Lathander, son of a devil.
Oh, Benson, you sneeze at that thought.
Exlergerd. Sorry, goblin thing.
Forgiven. You need to get that looked at? I'm a doctor.
All right.
What?
Me.
No, it's like goblin blessings, man. Don't worry about it.
You need to get that looked at.
Meanwhile, out in the frigid wastes of the fjord, we join Samdi as he stands over his most recent kill. Samdi, the axe beak that you've tried saving against the mammoth, its breath is very shallow as it lays there calmly in the snow. The other one that you've been trying to tame, who's been assaulting the mammoth and was aiding you in combat, is still trying to ravage away at the corpse in like this berserker rage.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and let him eat, because clearly he's hungry. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lash a rope around his ankle and tie it to my hip. I'm gonna steer clear of his mouth at this point. Let him get his fill, and I'm gonna go check on my other axe beak over here.
Okay, if you're trying to lasso him, give me a sleight of hand. It's all in the wrist.
Sorry, I wanted to make sure I didn't still have the advantage on.
Okay, you managed to get it not necessarily around its ankle, but you managed to snare like 2 of its 3 large toes, and you do have a cinch on it.
Okay, I'm gonna let him eat. Tie the rest around my waist, and I'm gonna go check on my other axe beak here.
Okay. See, as you go to look at your other bird, you see that it's just laying there, eyes closed, breath becoming slower and slower. You notice one of its legs has been just eviscerated, the bones sticking out of its thigh, the whole nine.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, give me just 1 second to check my stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the tusks of this. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and remove the tusks of this mammoth and begin skinning an area around it where I can make a makeshift stretcher / sled for my axe beak.
Okay, if that's what you want to do. Give me a survival check as you start field dressing this dead mammoth.
I get advantage to this, correct? Because it's part of my background?
I'll lower the DC.
You said survival, correct?
Yes. Oof. So as you start trying to finagle with the mammoth, your berserking bird thinks that you're trying to hoard in on its kill, and it starts squawking and flapping its wings at you, interrupting your work. It's now protective of what it believes to be its kill.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and toss him some meat from the area where I was removing the pelt.
Animal handling. See if you can coax it, or if it just thinks you're chucking stuff at it. All right. Yeah. No. It's still acting fairly hostile. It's flapping its wings. It's flexing all up on you and everything, and yeah. This is starting to agitate the bird that or your axe beak that you've already lashed to one of the javelins, as it starts tugging on its rope. Yeah. But yeah, it's not really paying much mind to what you tossed at it, as it's still trying to defend its kill.
Okay. Well, I'm going to... Oh, actually, I have an idea. I'm going to go over to this axe beak here that's on the ground, and I'm going to take two of my javelins. Or I'm going to take one of my javelins, and I will break it in half and make a splint for its leg.
Okay, medicine check, please. Oof. So as you start trying to field dress the bird, you realize that you got to reset the bone, and you're usually a lot better at breaking bones as you are putting them back where they belong, and you end up breaking the bone even worse. The thing lets out a horrific screech of pain before falling completely unconscious. This has drawn the ire of the bird that was defending its air quote kill, as it then starts nuzzling and pushing on the bird. It huddles over it and wraps its wings around it as if to like cradle its fallen companion.
Oh, that's perfect. I will go over to grab my other axe beak and lead him over as well.
Okay. This one's much more docile. You have no trouble leading it over.
Does the additional axe beak help to calm the other?
Give me an insight check.
Let's see if I get above 10. By 1.
So it doesn't seem to be hostile against your calm axe beak. It is still very protective of the one unconscious on the ground.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to... Let me double check my items. I might have something here. Okay, I'm going to start taking, where to go here? Sorry, I was just looking at it. Do I have to be attuned to the Wand of Web?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take the belts that I have. I will go ahead and take the... I'm actually going to use the half Yeti pelt that I have. I'm going to start cutting it into strips and wrapping it around the injured leg with the 2 half pieces of javelin.
Okay, well, give me an animal handling check to see if you can calmly approach the fallen Axebeak without the protective one getting all aggro on you. So, with the white Yeti pelt, you kind of drape it over yourself, which inadvertently makes you look a little similar to them. And as you kind of, crouch low, not to make yourself look much bigger, the Axebeak, it sees that and it starts to recognize you for who you are and who you were, and its berserker ire seems to kind of subside, and it just kind of bows its head buckbeak style and allows you to approach the one unconscious in the snow. Give me a medicine check with advantage to see if you can properly field dress the unconscious one. Or not field dress. that would be what you normally do. Do the opposite of what you normally do. Try and put the bird back together. Alright, so you managed to set the leg. It's still losing a lot of blood, and it's still unconscious, but its breath is still shallow. Meanwhile...
At this point, I am going to actually kind of walk out. I'm going to walk by the old lady. I'm actually going to kind of look to her and say, I'm sorry for nearly breaking your back.
Oh, dearie, it's nothing really. I've never felt this good in years.
Yeah. Is there something to eat?
Did we hear that?
Perception check?
Dear God, out of context.
You do hear a conversation in the hallway, but you're not able to make out the exact turn of phrase. Oh dear,
Okay.
I haven't felt this good in years. Really, it's nothing.
Alright, so is there, so can I serve myself food? I mean...
Oh, yes, there's still plenty of leftovers. Help yourself to what's in the large pot in the kitchen.
Thank you. I run over there, and I just help myself.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Enjoying
Eating
the
soup.
creamy soup.
Mm.
Why is this soup so creamy?
I don't know, you tell us, Benson.
Hey, what?
No?
I don't think he's a medical expert on soup.
Yeah, I know nothing about soup. I'm a doctor.
Doctor, love it sounded like.
No, I fix people. It was Tauren that was breaking backs.
Yeah, no, it sounded like you sure fixed her up.
Oh yeah, man. Fixed her up, but good.
What?
So, it's getting pretty late. I think it's time we turn in. Or at least, I'm gonna turn in.
Oh, yes.
Once I'm done eating, I think I will as well.
Bye, Granny. I'm gonna go to bed now.
The innkeeper is closing the door as she has a huge bundle in her arms. Oh, turning in already? No, thank you. Well, please, I hope you find everything to your liking.
Early to rise, early to shine, right?
Yes, something like that. I'm not really familiar with goblin sayings.
It's okay. I don't even think he is.
I think I'll turn in myself. She just kind of nuzzles into, like, the sleeping bag in the corner of the room.
Ah, yes. Phelan's sleeping bag. Still there.
Yep.
So, Tauren, you settle down with a bowl of fish soup, and you watch as the little bits of veggies kind of just swirl around in it, the light of the fireplace reflecting off of it.
At this point,
Alright, at this point, I'm just still thinking to myself, I'm just thinking about what the Frostmaiden said, I'm thinking about what everyone else said, and I'm just, I guess you could say I'm mentally prepping myself.
For?
Oh, to potentially confront the god with whom I'm attached to.
Okay. Give me an insight check.
Alrighty. Wow.
With advantage, Pog.
Whoops.
I mean, I still just go off the first number. You'll know that. So yeah, no. As you're just kind of sitting there, you kind of sip away at your soup. Again, you look down and you see that the little veggies in your soup kind of been bobbing around. When you notice, as you kind of tilt your head, like addressing the tea leaves, but in this case it's like leeks and potatoes, you notice that the veggies in your soup kind of spell out two initials, B.S.
Butt stuff.
Oop.
Having looked at those initials, I just kind of look skyward, and I'm just like, okay, very funny. And I just basically scarf the soup down.
It's a sign from above. Glug 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 glug.
Yep.
All right.
Honestly, yeah. I just think the gods are joking with me at this point.
All right. Well, how much later do you stay up than the others?
Actually, in a weird way, I think I'm actually going to wind up sleeping in my chair in place. Actually.
Okay.
Just so, yeah.
All right. Meanwhile, Samdi, the sun is beginning to set, and the cold weather is beginning to kick up. What do you do?
I'm gonna make camp here with my axe beaks and make sure that everything's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and pitch the tent over the fallen axe beak. Actually, wait, no, I don't have. I'm gonna pitch it right next to it, and then I have in my possession here. Give me just one moment. Yes, I have 4 owlbear pelts made for like horse coats. I don't know if you know what those. I showed you a picture of them before.
Yeah.
For the axe beaks, so I'm going to go ahead and cover them and get them situated here, and get some more meat and all that stuff.
Okay, so you're bogging down and covering your wounded axebeak as much as you can. The other two kind of hesitantly loom around. The hostile one keeping its distance, but the one that you've had for like the longest time is just diligently waiting by your side.
Perfect. I will go ahead and start cooking some of the mammoth meat to try and entice the other one over as well to calm down and lay down.
Okay. Tauntaun the mammoth. Go ahead and give me a survival check to see how well this whole camping roughing it goes.
Air.
Huh?
Straight.
Yeah. Oof.
I am not having any good luck tonight.
No. So you start
Not at all.
cutting away into the
Not for the
mammoth.
past 3 games, actually.
You got a crit earlier. So yeah, you start cutting away into that mammoth. Unfortunately, your dagger kind of wanders a bit deeper than intended, and you puncture one of the intestines. A horrific smell begins looming over the whole campsite. You're able to carve meat easily enough, but that smell is just overpowering.
I'm going to go ahead and take some of the lamp oil that I have and pour it on there and begin to burn it.
Plant oil?
not plant oil, lamp oil.
You're burning the mammoth intestines now?
I'm burning the liquid that's coming out
Oh.
with the lamp oil.
Okay. All right. And then do you hunker down for the night to rest, or are you pulling a third day all-nighter?
I'm bunkering down to rest with laying for the wounded axe beat.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I got my good one hunkered down here as well.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to
Okay.
I'm just checking my stuff.
Go
Yeah.
ahead and roll for me
I also have,
a...
hold on.
Oh.
I have a thing for this.
Oh. A thing?
Yeah, I'm trying to find out which one it is.
Julie, use the thing.
Throw the sparkly rocks, Jubilee.
Oh, that's passive. That's always...
Yes.
So, okay, go ahead and roll for me a D100 percentile dice. Okay. So, in the dead of the night, as you're resting, off in the distance, your feral instincts begin to kind of kick in. At this point, the fires are just a soft little smolder. Really, just the embers are burning, leaving this soft orange dull-like light. But in the darkness, you hear something crunching through the snow, something heavy.
At this time, would it have been considered a short rest?
Yes.
Okay, let me heal up.
That's a lot of hit dice.
Yeah, it's 4. That equals 54 health.
Can you go out, hon? Can you go out, Pebbles? Go ahead and go out. Go, go, go.
Okay.
Go, go. Sorry, I had to let the dog out. Yeah.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
I let the dog out. Ooh. All right. So, yeah, no, you sense something large lurking through the darkness.
I'll go ahead and come out of the tent. And I'm going to go ahead and get a few of the torches that I have and light them and toss them out in an area around me.
Well, if you toss a torch out into the snow,
sorry, not tossing. Start placing them in the snow around me to light up the area.
Okay, so you're taking a torch and you're sticking it in the embers to light it?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, you grab one of the torches from your bag. As you stick it into the embers, what do you think those torches are really filled with? Make them burn so well. Kerosene?
Yeah. I don't know.
Animal
Our
fat?
hopes and dreams.
Hopes and dreams.
Animal fat as well.
Animal fat. So yeah, you manage to stick one in and you spike it into the ground next to you. And this thing's burning much brighter than any of the embers are.
Okay. I'll go ahead and grab one more. And I want to place it out over here.
Okay. Are you walking over there, or are you going to yeet it?
I'll walk over there.
Okay. Taking your torch, carrying it along, you spike that thing into the ground, and there, at the cusp of its light, you see it. A large, not taking it back now. A large polar bear trunching through the snow, drawn by the aroma of your fresh kill, pounces through the snow, its mouth hanging low, saliva dripping from its open maw.
I want to attempt to intimidate the bear.
Going full into the gray, I see.
To do so, I will go ahead and rage to get those effects and stuff going.
I don't know if raging will affect your intimidation.
Well, some of the effects that come with my rage might.
Straight up blinding the thing?
I mean, you never know what'll happen.
You're right, I don't. Let's
And
see.
rage.
Alright, so yeah, you go full Hulkinator.
Each creature of my choice that I can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d12 necrotic damage. You also gain temporary hit points to a d12 plus my barbarian level.
What's your DC?
It's Constitution. Give me 1 second.
Oh, I don't think it made it. It's how much damage?
13. Not 13 damage. 13 is a DC.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make it. Is this the one where black tendrils come out of you?
Yeah.
So yeah,
6 damage.
you start to rage, and just the shadow cast by the torchlight in hand creeps its way like a snake through the snow, wraps itself around one of the polar bear's legs, and it begins to crush it as blood starts splurting out in all directions. The polar bear cries in pain.
I gain 20 health as well.
You gain 12 health.
It's the die I roll plus my barbarian level.
Oh, wow. All right, so yeah, you get an additional 20 temporary hit points. And go ahead and roll initiative for me. You're definitely going to get to act first. You've full-on aggroed this bear now, having damaged it. But you're hulking out Worldbreaker style. So what do you do next? Oh my god!
Never when I want it to happen.
When it comes to first aid, you're like, oh geez, the hip bone's connected to the ear bone, right? Whatever. But when it comes to combat, you're max health, crit initiative.
All right. Does the bear seem like it's gonna persist?
Yeah, it is not backing down. In fact, it is full on like, come at me, bear, bro.
All right, I'm gonna run straight at it with my try and crack it right over the head.
Okay.
It's a 15 hit.
15 does hit. You crack the beast hard against its jaw. Spit and blood mix in the snow. It turns at you with its beady little black eyes. Once more, you crack hard with the backhand. Is it just... It rears back onto its hind legs, towering over you by a good 5 feet. It swipes hard down with one of its claw attacks. As you duck back with ease, it chomps at you hard. I got those backwards. And you manage to hold your mace out as a crossbreacher, catching it within its teeth. Its large talon dagger-like fangs crack into the wood, and you just kind of swing it back as it stammers. Your turn. Okay, yeah, how do you want to hit it this time?
I'm going to go ahead and try and get it down off of its 2 hind legs by taking it out at the knee with the first one. Crack. And then with the second one, once again, I'm just going to come straight down on the top of its head.
You managed to do that. You sweep the leg as it comes tumbling down onto its stomach with its head down in the snow. A downward strike pierces its heart as it winces in pain. Blood trickling from its brow as it kind of looks up at you. It barely, meagerly pulls itself to its feet, rears back one of its mighty claws, turns, and retreats.
I get an attack of opportunity, do I not?
It's disengaging. It pounces, it trollops off into the snow, a trail of blood trickling behind it.
Okay.
Well, they only got like 30 feet from you. You can chase it down.
Polar bear's natural movement
Sure,
speed is 40.
Yeah, but my movement speed's 50.
Oh, that's true.
It's also 40. So yes, I could catch up with it. But I will go ahead and let it limp away so I can take care of my axe beaks.
It barely escaped. Your axe beaks are crowding around the campfire looking at you as your whole left side is just covered in blood. Not yours, of course.
Yes, I will go ahead and take some snow and start using it to wipe the blood and stuff off.
Okay. The rest of the night is very uneventful by comparison. The Aurora Borealis is once more missing in the night sky, but without the constant coverage of clouds and blizzard fall, you get to enjoy a beautiful starry night, and in the distance you see the moon rise.
Fun fact, I am at full health with an extra 10.
I believe that.
Well,
Alright.
temporary hit points don't heal you, so you're not full health.
I have the equivalent of full health plus 10.
Yeah. So, do you bunker down for the rest of the night?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to run down with the axe beaks, try and get them close
Okay.
so we can all stay warm.
The axe beak that's been hostile up until this point, seeing you covered in blood and how you just defended them against the polar bear, kind of bows its head. Its eyes is still kind of hesitant as it recoils at your touch, but it allows you to pet its beak after a moment. Go ahead
I'm
and
going to give him scritchies.
you give him scritchies. His feathers begin to kind of ruffle. Give me an insight or medicine check, your choice, to see how your wounded one is doing.
They're shit. They're both a +2. So, I guess it doesn't matter at this point. Everybody, hold your breath. Insight would be better, because, I'll call for medicine that I know.
Okay. You climb into the tent with it, and you immediately begin to notice how still it is. You notice how its breath is even more shallow. You take out a small bit of metal, placing it over its nose, and can just faintly see fog forming on it. Its condition is getting worse. What do you do?
Okay, I am going to break down the tent, and I'm going to use the tent as a sled. So I'm going to tie some ropes to the ends there, wrap it around my axe beak, and I'm going to attach those 2 ropes to the other 2 axe beaks, and we're going to make our way back to the city.
Okay. Lashing all of the sled together and getting your other 2 axe beaks in order, you make a rudimentary sled. But at the pace you'd go, you'd what, ride on the back of one? Yeah? No? I think we lost Samdi.
Possibly.
Okay.
It can pull the weight, no problem.
Okay.
With,
So yeah,
between the 2 of them.
You
That's not a
saddle
problem.
up in the middle of the night and once more hit that old snowy trail. Meanwhile, morning breaks in the town of Bremen. The rest of you emerge from your slumber, having gotten a good night's rest. The warm blankets, the pelts, the soft straw beds. Haven't slept this good in a while compared to all the snowy nights and cold, wet days adrift out at sea. It's like heaven.
Oh. I'm awake. Wonder what she's got for grub.
Let's find out.
It's probably gonna be like biscuits and gravy.
Nice. Morning!
Oh, good morning, good morning. Welcome. How are you?
We were already here, but hi!
Oh, welcome to the morrow. It's a glorious day, isn't it? She goes over to the window and she just kind of pulls back one of the curtains as sunlight beams in. A huge smile crosses her face. Ah, the gods have truly smiled upon us once more, have they not?
Yeah, sun's pretty cool and all. What's for breakfast?
Oh, well, we have biscuits and gravy. And roasted fish.
Is it a either-or situation?
Oh, no, everything's complimentary.
Hell yeah, I'll take both.
Excellent, excellent. I'll get right away serving you all up. Tauren, you enjoyed the warmth of your sleep, definitely better than before, but falling asleep in that chair has put a horrible crick in your neck.
Okay. Ow! Alright, I'm fine. Should I do some checks to see if I can latch it back in place?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay.
I mean, rest doing to your neck what you did to the old lady last time.
Oh yeah, no, you grab both of your horns and then you just hard jerk to the right, and with the loud, just what the doctor ordered.
There we go. Awesome. Okay. I just kind of get up and I just kind of walk into the hall. But 1 second here. I can't move Tauren.
She just crawls up onto the table, starts surfing up bitches on top from the top of the table.
Just hops up on the table, does a little jig.
Hey guys, how are you doing? Why is she on the table?
She's not on the table. She walks over and with large wooden bowls just kind of plops down. Fair meal. Like I said, biscuits, gravy, roasted fish. Oh, yes, please, eat up, eat up. There's plenty to go around.
Thank you. I quickly help myself and I just sit down in the little corner here and I proceed to actually gorge myself, basically. Even though it's biscuits and gravy, I'm just kind of like something decent.
All right,
You know,
come
guys,
down there, Goku.
I'm real sorry about the splash zone and all, but Grogo does not use utensils. Just debris everywhere.
Benson, what are you doing? You're kind of isolating yourself over in the other end of the hall, I see.
No, my character's just looking at this nice rug.
It is a nice rug. It's made of several pelts from cow, deer, bear, all manner of game.
Does it got dragon?
No, that would be scale.
It's too bad. I like scales.
Kinky.
I'm just gonna come over here and I'm gonna be like, oh, there's no chairs, so instead of sitting, I'm just gonna lift off the ground a couple of inches and just float there.
Okay. Just call for me if you need anything else.
Nom 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 nom.
Hom nom nom cookies.
So, after we eat here, shall we take your leave, or does anybody else have business here still?
We got shit to do here.
Take my leave. I mean, our leave.
Hey guys.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said, but maybe not.
I think we should take our leave. There's actually a place that I realized that I actually would like to go to.
You mean the place that we're going?
Well, I mean, after we rendezvous with Samdi.
Are we gonna rendezvous with Samdi?
Samdi knows where we're going. We're going to the
Bryn Shander.
Yeah.
Why would we go to Bryn Shander?
Because it's the main town, and we told the lady we were gonna save the world, basically, and then we did it. And so now we're gonna go back and be like, hey, we did it. Flop our dicks on our table.
Exactly. He gets it.
I don't remember telling anyone in Bryn Shander that.
Well, that's because you weren't with us at the time.
That was our other buddy that died in the castle. He was there.
He was a mint salesman.
Sounds bad for him. Mint's pretty good though.
And chocolate pugs. Don't forget the chocolate pugs.
Yeah, you still can call either of those though. So wouldn't really call him a salesman. Just an attempted salesman.
So when we get there, after we, I guess, claim a word, I guess, I'd like to go to the Temple of the Thunder.
Well, you could do that while we're gloating in front of the speaker.
We all kind of figured you were gonna go there anyway, because you go there every time we go to Bryn Shander.
Pretty much.
It's a secret.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to be, I don't know, I wanted to be double sure that we were on the same page, I guess.
I mean,
For sure.
I don't know why you don't just, like, go out and bathe in his holy light in the morning.
I have my reasons.
Whatever. I don't care.
Alrighty. So, when do we leave?
Probably as soon as we're done eating. Yeah?
Alrighty, good.
Well, then you all get your hearty fill. Plenty of gravy and biscuits and roasted trout to go around. And, yeah.
All right.
And Keith,
Oh, yes.
is it possible we can take some, like, breads or some other stuff to go?
Oh, I'm sure I
Stock up on
can.
a little bit of rations.
I'm sure I can pack you a little lunch to go. I'll give you a fair price on it too. 5 copper.
5 copper. All right.
Thank you.
Here's a silver piece.
Oh, you're too kind. Shall I pack extra, or would you like change?
I'll take a second one.
Excellent, excellent. And yeah, she just starts packing you guys a little to-go box. Yeah, I put in something I think you would like, little one. There you go. She hands you a little leather pouch filled with bread and fish.
Awesome. Thanks.
It's drugs.
Good luck, adventurers.
Wait, did she give me one too?
No, she just gave you one
pay
big
her money?
rucksack.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for
Take
bread.
care.
My lunch.
All right.
Somebody else wanted lunch.
You step out into the crisp, cold air of Bremen, the sun beaming in the daylight. And, Gruggo, as you kind of look through the rucksack, you notice that the little something extra she packed you was a fish head.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
All right, so on the road you go.
On the road again.
Where
Hey,
is it
Bart,
you guys are
sing us
headed?
a song.
Well,
Bridgehander.
so we'll follow the road through Targos to Bryn Shander.
Okay, not stopping off.
Depends on how long it takes.
Okay.
I don't think it should take too long to get to Bryn Shander.
I don't think so either, but just in case.
So before we leave, why don't we see if we can like get a wagon and something to help carry us, so we're not walking.
I don't think this place has a wagon or something. It's a pretty shithole town.
I mean, people gotta cart stuff around, right? A couple carts, felt good.
I mean, we may as well
Little
just
dog.
walk because it's not that far, and and somebody's gonna meet us in Bryn Shander with the wagon. So
Who's Samdi?
You met Samdi. He's the Goliath buddy that was with us. He went off to go get the birds.
Oh right, yeah, I remember that guy. I didn't know his name because you guys are very bad at introducing yourselves.
We're bad at a lot of things, but not killing.
Kind of a bad assholes, you know.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Okay,
we're
let's
gonna
go.
get going. Let's go.
We're
Yeah.
taking the road, right?
Taking the road.
Yep.
Yay, the road's been recently plowed.
So it's a good 6-hour journey on foot as you are bypassing Targos nonstop. Meanwhile, Somdi, how's your traveling going? Give me a survival check.
Decent.
All right. So you kind of veer off course a little bit. You figure that it's just a lot faster to beeline it straight there, and off to the west of you, you spot the Forest of Lonelywood, and your mind kind of takes you back to the time you spent there with the Moon Elf Temple and the encounters with the Druid and the de-aging process you all had to endure. As you're traveling along, you notice that your axe beak it's still in quite critical condition. You can give me another insight or medicine check, your choice. You kneel down and you realize that at the rate that you're going, your axe beak's not going to survive the trip to Bryn Shander. You got to figure something out, and you got to figure it out fast. What do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna try and cauterize some of the wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And give it some water and some food mashed up into like a paste. Basically, I'm birding this shit.
Okay. Wait, a paste? What's the paste for?
He's mama birding. He chewed the food for the bird and is spitting it into its gullet.
Yes.
Okay. Medicine check, please. You're having kind of trouble getting your head into its mouth properly as you're trying to lift its head and orient and basically puke down its throat.
I'm not.
He said birding. You said you were force feeding it.
Right. I'm chewing the food. I'm putting it in my hand. I'm putting it in the bird's mouth. Not literally like. Bleh.
Okay. So yeah, you're basically shoving food into its gullet, just force fist feeding it. Fist feeding. Oh my god. The bird kind of as it begins to gag on your hand, and as you retract to it, you notice that you have discovered unforeseen internal damage because as you pull your hand out, there's blood caked all over it. Apparently, the axe-beak had also suffered internal injuries, and shoving your fist in there just made it worse.
Checking my stuff. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm just gonna try and continue with the cauterizing of some of the wounds, and I'm definitely gonna spur the other two axe beaks harder. They can take the weight.
Yeah. Try your best to make a great time, and as you just beeline it to Bryn Shander. Hours go by, and the rest of the journey along the road to Bryn Shander is fairly uneventful as you're sticking to the main freeway, the rest of you, until eventually you arrive at the northern gate. And why is it not daylight? Let me fix that. There we go.
Much better.
Yes. After hours of perilous trudging through the thick, wet snow, you finally arrive to the northern gate of Bryn Shander.
Yes, Bryn Shander.
To whom are you talking to?
Everyone but you.
Okay.
Well, back in this shithole again. Alright, Tauren, are you gonna split off right away, or are you gonna come meet what's-her-bitch with us?
I think I'll come with you guys, actually, and then I'll go to the temple afterwards, if that's okay.
Alright.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go with you guys too.
Fit yourself, but I don't think you'll probably get bored or annoyed with us. One or the other. Either way, I'm going to enjoy this.
I might enjoy myself, actually.
All right, so whoever's moving the shield, you guys are just beeline it through the city. Who's headed where?
We're all headed to the same place. We're going to the mayor. That's this building right here, right?
The town hall
Speaker?
is actually the big one here.
Oh, shit. I went too far. Fuck, it's back that way. My bad, guys. I don't remember where it was. Walk right fucking by it.
That's why you ask for directions.
Directions, schmirections. I just wait for divine intervention.
You guys find that much of the city is still very crowded. The hustle and bustle of the cityscape is just filled to the brim with all manner of patrons. It appears that many of the refugees from the other cities that had endured heavy attacks from the Tauren Dragon still occupy the city.
Oh. It's a good thing Bryn Shander can hold a lot of people. Sure could lose a lot of towns in that fucking dragon bullshit.
Yeah, they'll rebuild them.
Yeah, we should just buy out the towns, rebuild them ourselves, and then rent out the housing people.
Trudging your way through,
You know, you do that.
Expensive.
trudging your way through, you finally come across the hall of the speaker.
Yes. Hello, Gruggo. Oh, why, hello, Gruggo.
Yes, we'd like to see the speaker.
Oh, she'll be with you in just a moment.
Yeah, I mean, she'll be with us. Hello.
You just shove your way through the back curtain. She's like, "Excuse me, you can't go." You completely ignore her.
Excuse me while I fetch my friend.
You see a
And he
large
just walks in.
a horde of nobles gathered around, murmuring amongst each other as the speaker slams her gavel. Order! Order, I demand. You will have order in my... Who are you?
Good afternoon,
Oh, you don't
speaker.
remember us?
Am I supposed to? Are you supposed to be someone
Well,
of
we are the-
importance?
Well, we are the cocky bastards who killed the Tauren Dragon.
Excuse me?
Did you not get the message?
Cocky Tauren Dragon.
Goblin.
And do you know how
If you
many
read-
adventurers have barged in here claiming to be the adventurers, staking claim? What proof have you?
I'm sorry, did you not get the kobold messenger telling you that the dragon was killed? I specifically had it send the message, the cocky bastards killed the dragon.
I received no such message, especially from some peonic creature such as a kobold.
Man, those kobolds did a shit job. Stupid.
Fucking Valen and her useless kobolds, god damn it.
I'm sorry.
Valen's
Well,
gonna-
whatever.
Valid.
Valen, fucking, what was her last name again? Start with an H.
Oh,
Harpel,
Harpel,
that's
yeah.
right. Harpel, yes.
Hell,
It was supposed to be one of her kobolds that came to send the message.
Why is that name familiar?
Well, she is
Arcane
associated
Brotherhood.
with the Arcane Brotherhood, so yeah.
Give me a persuasion check. Harpel, Arcane. You actually, as she starts rummaging through just parchments and scrolls, she pulls out a little writ with the sigil of the Arcane Brotherhood. Expedition for one Valen Harpel. Interesting. That apparently appears to be some credence to your claims after all.
So, you guess you're familiar with her exploits and her potentially the mission she was on?
What you speak of seems to reign a bit more truth than what every other would-be adventurer has claimed. And I do recall administering one Miss Harpel's writ for expedition to the north. That was around the time of the attack of the dragon, but I would require a bit more convincing that it was in fact you who felled her, and not just a pair of eavesdroppers conveniently named Drop-In.
Ah, Tauren,
Yes.
come here. You still have those bracers, right?
I should. Hold 1 second, please.
I think you're wearing them, if I recall.
I believe so.
Which
You could
rituals?
also probably stand to the side a bit more.
Yeah. Range focus, crossbow, target. Sorry, hold on. Bracers.
I think we acquired the bracers, but we mentioned giving them to Tauren, but
I
think Vex
doubt
still
he
has them.
probably actually
Oh,
ever-
then maybe Vex, or Phelan. Do you have the bracers? Harpel's bracers?
Valen's arms, the bracers, yeah.
You took the bracers off the arms.
Did we?
We did, and I identified it.
I thought she handed you the arms with the bracers, and you identified the bracers, then gave everything back to her.
I don't think I gave her the arm back. I think I just threw the arm on the ground.
Well then, yeah, Valen grabs out the bracers.
Yes, these are Harpel's bracers. Sadly, she did not survive the trials in the Ice Maiden's Keep.
These are fine braces, but how am I to know
Tauren
that they
have
are
her
hooks?
wand?
Well, if you're, I believe it does have the her sigil here, or the sigil of the Arcane Brotherhood.
She turns it over. That it does. This still proves very little in your relation to the dragon attacks. From what I can surmise here, you could have just as very well mugged a member of the Arcane Brotherhood, which, in of a feat, is one itself, but dragon slaying it is
Did you
not.
talk to the speaker from Tourmaline?
I have spoken with many speakers from all around, though our discussion has mainly been what to do with all these refugees.
Okay, and didn't the speaker from Tourmaline let you know that 6 adventurers, including a goblin, a snake guy, a lady with a gun, a goat, and a human and a Goliath, were fighting the dragon? That's us.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to make up a motley crew like that because we kind of stand out. Hell, you can, and even talk to, fucking talk to the people at Revel's End. The fucking warden there even believed us.
Her eyes kind of narrow. She goes back through her documentation, pulls out a small, what looks like it was just scribbled on a napkin cloth, and her eyes kind of narrow. I suppose 4 out of 6 is surmisable enough. Very well.
Our Goliath friend is somewhere else, and our human friend didn't quite make it through killing the fucking Ice Queen. Sorry.
Killing the Ice Queen, you say?
Yeah,
Yes.
notice
Did
the
you
sun
happen to notice the sun coming out? The bright, shining ball in the sky?
There's hush murmurs
You're
coming
welcome.
from behind all of you as all the nobles start kind of like looking amongst each other. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have to reconvene for another time. I must speak with these adventurers, if you don't mind. They just kind of like mumble and grumble and excuse their way out. The woman clad in armor with her long sword, she kind of hangs for a moment and gives the speaker a gentle nod, and she nods back. Now then, she kind of like pulls up a chair and sits behind the podium. Start from the beginning.
Well, I'm a
Well,
doctor.
it started when we came here asking for supplies to kill the dragon, which you just were able to supply us with a writ giving us priority to the suppliers and vendors of the town.
She folds over a couple pages, flips 1, flips 2, nods. Go on.
I also provided you with the map of the dragon's route, flight pattern.
She just kind of stares blankly, nods once.
After that, we made our way to Tourmaline to intercept the dragon, and while assisting the townspeople there and saving what we could, we engaged the dragon in combat. And all of us, well, with the exception of Benson here, and unfortunately he hadn't joined into our group at the time, but we engaged the dragon in combat and basically beat the living shit out of it. After that, the damn thing fuck all exploded. And after which, Harpel insisted that he head towards Revel's End, so assist her in her quest. So after making a pit stop to pick up supplies, we left for Revel's End. And after some hiccups up there, we managed to secure a ship leading to the island and where the Ice Queen had made her lair.
She kind of holds her hand up for a moment. Revel's End. I'm quite familiar with the warden there.
Oh, good. Then you can ask her about it.
Tell me, what was your impression of the warden?
She
seemed schizophrenic.
Two-faced bitch.
Two-faced, you say?
Like,
one
literally,
second she's talking one way, and the next second she's talking some completely different way with a whole nother accent. I don't fucking know, weirdo.
She kind of narrows her eyes once more. Did she make any odd requests of you?
She wanted something very specific out of Velen. She wanted her to get information out of some prisoner asshole that was there. Some dude that was giving her trouble. Some exile from the Brotherhood.
The smile kind of crosses her face, and she nods. Continue.
So, yes, we were secured passage to the island, and after making our way there, we entered the castle while seeking the Codicil of White.
The Codicil of White?
Yes, spiffy magic book that Harpel wanted.
I see. And what happened once you entered this castle?
Well, entering it was really nothing special, but it was once we got to the lower floor that shit got real. Had to go through a few trials to gain access to the tome, which were long and annoying.
One of them was really, really long.
Yeah, I think that one lasted a week. Basically, I had to survive. It transported us in the middle of nowhere. We had to survive for about a week, and then we were transported back.
Survive. Now, when you say survive, you mean...
We were, in a fucking snowstorm shit.
It was a trial of... Which one was that one? Perseverance? I think that was Perseverance.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It was the trials like cruelty, perseverance, and endurance. Fuck, what was the other one? I digress. Point being, after completing the trials, we were able to enter the chamber where the book was. After which we were confronted by the Queen, the Ice Queen, though we were hoping to get through unnoticed. And we're unable to avoid conflict with her. I should probably also mention that during the Perseverance trial, where we had to survive for a week, I believe that was the one where Harpel unfortunately did not survive. Shit was cold.
Survive. I meant to ask, why is she no longer in your accompaniment, and why do you have her bracers?
Yeah, she sort of starved and froze to death.
I see.
We had to...
Give me a persuasion
check. Oh, yes, how was the trial?
She kind of nods. She did seem to be in her winter years, no pun intended.
I mean, the pun works. I believe that was actually the trial where we had to who trek with some nomads is for a long ways without stopping.
Nomads. Tell me more about these nomads.
No, yes, oh shit, what were they called? They're
Egghead nomads?
Yeah, yes, the raghead nomads. There's the one they have, although they do seem to have different
Bunch of
groups
different
of
clans.
them. Yeah, clans. Thank you. That was the word I'm looking for. There are different clans, and the one that we were with had to relocate.
What the heck?
You okay there, mate?
Yeah.
Destruction.
Something of mine fell.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. No, I'm okay. All good on my end. Something fell off my shelf.
Alrighty.
And these trials, you said there were 4.
That's right.
She just kind of scribbles a couple little notes into a little parchment on her dais. Anything else?
Yes. Then we fought with the Ice Queen, and we won.
Now, this is where I'm most doubtful. You say you
I
faced
understand.
off against a goddess after having defeated a dragon, braved the north, infiltrated her castle, passed her trials, and then had the tenacity to face her. Tell me about that.
She was going to kill
It
me.
wasn't so much tenacity as a necessity. She was not too happy with our intrusion upon her castle, and she first faced us in her owlbear form. It was like a horned owlbear but like anthropomorphic owlbear. After that, he basically turned into a giant ice statue that just beat the shit out of us. Well, tried to. It was the third form that really gave us trouble. Basically turned into a giant icicle that shot lasers.
Killed Razan, dead.
Lasers.
Very
She
dead.
writes down. Go on.
In that fight, she also summoned an undead ice giant, which was actually the crux of the problem. Dealing with one enemy is one thing, 2 is a whole nother. Oh, and then there's a giant walrus. But
Giant walrus.
yes,
Yeah,
giant walrus. Trust me, it's the least weird thing that happened in this whole situation.
She reaches down under her podium and pulls out what has apparently been a small black cat, and she just kind of leans back, pets it within her lap, takes her quill and points it over at you, Benson. And when do you come into the picture?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Yeah, I was around. I was with a group of people. We were trying to go over and do like the similar type stuff, but you know, my people died, and so then I found these people. You know, they come over in this area, and then like the sun's coming up and stuff like that, and they're like, yeah, we killed her, and I'm like, I'm a doctor, and then I was like, can I join you? And they were like, fuck off. But this little goblin guy, he was like, hey, I'm Grego, and I was like, I'm Benson. My name's Benson, by the way. So, you know, we were just, me and this guy, we was chilling, and I still don't know like a bunch of these people, so I'm not really involved in any of it. But I'm a doctor, so that's what I do. I heal people.
She kind of just stares blankly at you, nods once, and then writes down, Ben Son.
Yeah.
Well,
Ben's son.
well, son of Ben,
Yes.
I would like to ask, for what purpose were you upon the Isle of Solstice?
Oh, I wanted treasure.
Another treasure hunter. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, but I'm a doctor, so
And you, my little goblin friend, Gruggo, was it? I'd like to hear from you. What happened next?
Well, after we defeated the Ice Queen, her castle started fucking crumbling down around our ears, so we had to bolt. Ran out the castle as fast as we could, got down the hill, watched the castle fucking crumble into dust. Then we set up camp, and that's when we met Benson the next morning when the sun started to rise for the first time. Glorious. It's beautiful. I hadn't seen the sun in forever. But anyways, after we met Benson, me and Benson went out onto crashed boats and shit because we had no way back. We couldn't find our way back. So
She holds up her palm.
excited.
While I am quite curious as to how you escaped such an island, as I understand most charters to the island had been, well, deemed forbidden, given the number of cataclysmic crashes upon its shores, I'd first like to ask you, my horned friend, as she waves to you, Tauren. She gestures to your sigil of Lathander, and she says, "And by your account, how many days ago was it that the sun first began to appear?"
Let's see. I'm going to do a history check just to confirm if I actually can remember the exact days. 1 second. Yeah.
Nobody tell him.
Okay.
If you yourself as a person know how many days it's been, you can just say it, but...
Oh, I know.
She just folds her arms. Well...
Let's see. Sorry, it was, about a week and a half ago, I'd say.
Her eyes kind of narrow. She scribbles something underneath another page, and then covers it. Now, about how you got off the island. Tell me about that.
Oh, that was a good one. Me and my little goblin friend over here, Gruggo. Gruggo. You remember Gruggo? He's the one who's been talking sometimes. We went over and we were casting spells on this iceberg, and it broke a ship apart. And then we levitated it back to land, and we used it as a raft.
Ship debris as a raft. Scribble. Okay, go on.
So then we jumped on the raft, and we floated, and then we landed ashore several days later.
I see. Several days.
Yeah,
And
probably 2-3 days at sea, drifting.
I see. 2-3 days. Her eyes dart over to Tauren. And you, my long-eared friend, what happened then? What happened once you reached landfall?
Well, one of our companions...
speaking to the officer. She motions over to Phelan, who, part of your winter wear is exposing your old military sigil.
Oh. After we got to the island?
Yes, what happened after you reached landfall?
Well, we trudged up to the castle for...
No. Other way.
She means when we left the castle.
Oh!
She's talking about when we got back to shore on this side.
We split off with Somdi and hightailed it to the nearest town to try and avoid getting attacked by any wildlife.
Yeah, that's exactly what she wanted to know. She wants to know what happened.
That's what happened. We came from the fucking shoreline to Permalane, or whatever the town is called again, and stayed there for a bit to rest up, and came over here.
She interlaces her fingers and kind of leans forward on the podium, resting her chin upon her hands. Tell me, soldier, what was it you did while enlisted?
Well, I served as a military officer, as you could tell. I was sent here to figure out what was going on with the land with a squadron of mine, but lost pretty much all of them due to the really harsh weather conditions and the really dangerous wildlife here and ended up finding this party and decided to stay with them to try and help, I guess, Icewind Dale.
I presume you were enlisted for your combat prowess and not your reconnaissance skills.
Yes.
Interesting. Very well. Okay. And jots a
Phelan.
couple other notes.
Hey, Phelan.
What, Vincent?
I think you might have forgotten about like the giant fight with the giant guy that we fought with the mammoth, and then the mammoth ran away, and then we went to the other town and we fixed that lady's hip at the end. And all
The
that
fight
kind of
that
cool stuff.
Omdi mainly did?
Giant fight.
It was there. Remember? She was asking about events.
It was a
Something happened.
frost giant riding on a mammoth, and we were camping out to rest, and apparently we stumbled onto his hunting grounds. But it wasn't a very long fight.
We cast in large on him twice. He was a very, very big Goliath.
And we fed the mammoth a bunch of spell-induced drugs and tried to tame it, but it didn't fall for that shit and it ran away.
It left, but we did. Me and Tauren, this guy right here, the guy, we did fix a lady's hip, and then she gave us some really good soup.
Yeah, extra creamy fish soup.
Creamy fish.
Yeah, you can.
soup.
You can ask her. She can definitely corroborate that we fixed her hip. It was a bad hip.
I also feel like the creamy fish soup is kind of a weird thing to make note of.
Why, do you not like creamy fish soup?
No, I liked it. It just seemed odd for her to be picking that to make a note of.
Hey man, maybe she likes creamy fish soup. Trying to get a fucking, list together of the best fish soup spots.
She walks out from behind her podium, pokes her head through the curtain, and mutters something to someone beyond the veil.
Can I actually do a perception to see if I can hear what she's saying?
I would also like to.
Yeah.
Grego knows all.
Good thing I'm more persuasive than I can be.
Okay.
Ominous.
She speaks in tongues.
Well,
What did I hear with my 21 year? Anything?
What languages do you speak?
Just common and goblin.
Just common and goblin?
And dwarves.
You heard what sounded like an off form of Elvish, which you do not understand. Give me a insight check. There was one word that you picked up on. A word that you've heard dwarves toss around time and again. The word is... No one say bird. Okay, good. The word is horde. Well, most of your tale seems to track with reported events from other towns. The only thing that doesn't seem to align is your timeline. Furthermore, it is rather peculiar that a member of the Mages Guild and Brotherhood were to fall, while ruffians such as yourselves didn't.
I mean, if you
well,
wanna
her
be
body
fair
is probably
here-
still there.
If you want to be fair here, it's not like one of us didn't die on this excursion.
No doubt, the return of the sun has brought about great regalia and curiosity. Word all across 10 towns is that a band of heroes went and slayed the queen, but that is to be expected from commoners putting their faith in heroes of legend.
I can't say we're heroes of legend quite yet. I mean, we're still alive.
Reviewing your story...
Yeah, heroes is a stretch.
Reviewing your story, I have heard of first word of the dragon's demise from the town of Tourmaline, no others, so that does seem to track. At the very least, you do have some insight information that isn't privy or common. Though, given the time frame you've portrayed to me, a week and a half's time was about when the dragon itself fell.
What?
That is completely impossible.
We were literally in the castle for over a week. Like, time actually passed.
Yes, and the sun had only returned about 4 days ago.
It's
Okay, so we got out of the castle. Woke up the next
No, I
morning,
think that does.
first sun,
Why not? Because
and then we fell asleep again because we needed to recharge our spell slots. Second morning, we got out on the boat, went down the water for 2 days. That's 4 days. We were on the water for 4 days. We got on the shore, killed some fucking mammoth. Then it took 2 days to walk through the fucking snow all the way down to Bremen. We stayed at Bremen for 1 night. Next morning, we came here. So, 4, 5, 6 days.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
2
there
days,
you go.
2 days on the island, 3 days at sea. That's 5. And then
Was it 3 days at sea? I thought
Yeah,
it was
it
only
was-
2.
no, it was 3 days at sea.
It was a long fucking time, man.
I will have word with my meteorologists. Apparently, the coverage of the light and her spell remains. But that does seem to track more within the time frame in correlation to the slaying of the dragon in the reports from Tourmaline. Apparently, some of our notes got crossed, what with all the confusion regarding what to do with refugees. Nonetheless, have you any physical, tangible proof to lay credence to your rather impressive, yet skeptical tale?
We have the Codicil
Well,
of White.
how would the Codicil of White do? As he
Not
pulls
that you're
out the
gonna know
book.
what the fuck it is, but
Her eyebrow cocks high and doubtish, but as soon as that white tome slams upon her dais, she looks wide-eyed. Evelyn? Evelyn? The woman clad in armor steps back in, and with a rather wide-eyed nod, she just kind of quickly up and down. As the woman in armor takes her bow. Very well. Your story has credence. Proof. I don't say this often, but I'm impressed.
Yay.
As you should be. And he puts the book back in his bag.
And if we're thinking about doling out rewards here, I do want to remind you that while we did split up with our Goliath friend, he was a very big help, and he is on his way. He'll be here within the next day or two.
I see. Well, she starts frantically scribbling what appears to be a letter. I have given you access to the Bryn Shander treasury. This writ will inform the quartermaster there of what to do in regards to your reward. She flips the page over. In addition, your names will be spread across 10 towns. Because, and then she just puts her quill down, and at this point you see that her robotic nature, her piousness just drops. Because the people of 10 towns are forever in your debt. Heroes.
Okay.
She
Who
just
wants a
kinda
hug?
starts kind of slowly wiping away a tear.
I don't need a hug. I'm a doctor.
Is it hug time?
Do you need a hug?
You
I think you should use a hug.
have brought light back to this land. And I'm at a loss for words.
And at this point, I go up. I actually go behind the desk and I hug her.
Holy shit, good boy. Calm down.
She just kind of like lets you. Thank you.
Don't hug too hard. He might bite your neck.
She just kind of like she embraces the hug, but then very promptly regains her composure as she takes her hand, clasps it across your face, and just shoves you back. Now then,
Cursed boy.
what may I pray tell is next for the heroes of the dawn?
I need to talk to Lathander.
What indeed? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you still had that.
Go boy
Well-
wants to talk to a god. After killing a god, he wants to go have a conversation with another god.
I see. Well, we will establish for you the finest lodging. Tonight, a feast. For the heroes of the dawn have shed away the darkness, and again, like her composure is dropping as a huge smile cracks across her face. To new beginnings.
We were kind of leaning towards maybe Dawnbringers? I don't know. What do you guys think? Are we set on this Heroes of the Dawn, or I don't know.
Well, I suppose the people are going to kind of say what they want, but I do think Dawnbringers did sound a lot better.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that name.
Yeah, what about you guys? What do you think? Dawnbringers or Heroes of the Dawn? Perhaps something else?
Honestly, let the people decide.
Well, we got one vote for the people to decide. What about you, Phelan?
Phelan's having an out-of-body experience at the moment.
She grabs a parchment and fresh quill, dipping it in red ink. Yes, and a name indeed. A name is everything to a hero. I must know what to send to the temple. Tomorrow we will have a festivity in your name.
So, what about you, Benson? What do you think? You think Heroes of the Dawn, Dawnbringers?
Shadow Murderers? No, that's terrible.
Icebreakers.
Night Enders?
Yeah, it's all good possibilities. Ice Slayers? No.
Still kind of leaning towards that Dawnbringer shit. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Dawnbringers
Yes,
it
I
is.
think
She just scribbles down the name. The Dawnbringers.
Wait, maybe we should go with Heroes of the Dawn.
Just
She scratches it out.
Ooh,
Heroes
No,
of the
Dawn,
Dawn.
I was wrong. No, Dawnbringers was the right call. Definitely go with Dawnbringers.
Nice.
Scribbles it out.
You.
The Dawnbringers it is. She pens it hard.
Then
Tonight-
again,
At this point, I just slap him behind the head.
First thing tomorrow morning. Oh, that feels so good to say. Meet us outside the Church of Lathander, where we will promptly reward you heroes for everything you have done.
Thank you.
ah, that sounds lovely.
She leans over and clasps your hands torn. No. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Goat, calm down.
Meanwhile, out in the frigid wastes, Sandi, you continue to trudge through the snow, breakneck speeds, every now and again looking back over your shoulder to make sure your X-Beak hasn't fallen off of its sled. You're trudging along hard and fast, the sun is slowly beginning to set once more. It has been 12, 13, 14 hours, 15 passes by as you just trudge along at
How has
neck-break
it been
speeds.
that long when it only took me 3 hours to find the axe beaks to begin with?
I know, but you were like way up north, and it's like 30 miles to
You also
Brimshander.
said you were field dressing your bird to keep it alive while the other two were figuring out their own way to get back.
Give me a survival check to see if you veer from course at all. Oof. You journey hard and fast, and as you round the bank, you pause for a moment, surveying the ridge off in the distance. A heavy mist begins to roll through, and The gleam of the setting sun offsets your eyes for how much you've accustomed to hunting in the dark. As you squint...
So you said the sun is setting, correct?
Yes.
Does the sun set in the east, or what direction is the sun set here?
The whole southwest region is just a haze of orange, as there are still heavy fog and clouds that loom around Icewind Dale.
Okay, then I'm going to course correct for the northwest, because I went southeast.
Okay.
To get the birds, so the sun's giving me my direction and heading.
Wait, you want to go north when you were already all the way north?
Let him do what he wants to do.
I guess, right?
I was heading south. I headed southeast to get my axe beaks. So to get back to the city, I would need to go northwest.
No.
Okay.
Alright.
They're not there. You can't help them.
As you course correct, you realize that you had journeyed too far east, as you had found yourself coming up along the east way. Something you had not intended to arrive upon as you were trying to arrive at the northern gate. When finally, as the last of the light drifts away and the cold night sky looms overhead, there you see it due west, the great walls of Bryn Shander.
Alright, I head to Bryn Shander.
The thudding falls of your axe beaks as you rear up to the eastern gate. Oop, there we go. One of the guards halts you. Oh! The city is beginning to reach max capacity. What business have you here in Bryn Shander?
Meeting up with my party, and I need to get my axe beak here taken care of.
He looks at the axe beak that you're riding. Huh. Looks fine. So does the other one. So, pleasure, not business. Name?
Samdi.
Do you have a surname? Guild affiliation? Anything?
Sky Tower is my last name.
Sandi of Clan Sky Tower. Sky Tower. Tell me, how goes that feud?
Don't know, don't care, don't live with them.
Ah, I see. Isolationist. Alright, very well. Well, you seem to meet the criteria. Here's your 1-day pass. Carry this about with you at all times, and you won't have any problems.
I place it in my inside pocket.
Aye, well, congratulations on your kill, as he opens the gate!
Is my axe beak dead?
You look over your shoulder and see that a trail of blood streaks behind you on your sled. Your axe beak is not breathing.
Yay!
Had you not lost those precious hours, maybe, you would have made it in time.
What hours did
Well, you rolled an 8 and veered off course. So,
okay.
yeah. But as you enter the town of Bryn Shander, you're met with the hustle and bustle of the city. Crowded streets fill every nook and cranny as you see all manner of refugees and vagabonds. As you shove and press your way towards the town center, you look about for any signs of your compatriots, but see no such thing. And it dawns upon you, while you all agreed to meet in Bryn Shander, Bryn Shander is a very large town. Where do you go?
I'm gonna head back to the inn that we stayed at last time. Or that they stayed at last time.
Did they tell you which inn they stayed at? Do you remember the name of the place?
I remember it was on the, I believe it was on the southern side. No, it wasn't. It was located over here.
You tower good 2-3 feet over most of the people as you kind of survey the crowds. You see no one of familiarity.
I'm gonna start making acquisitions to see if anybody, describing my party, if anybody had seen them.
Give me a D100 roll. Ooh! You stop and question the small gnome. You explain to them the derelict of your party, and he just kind of scratches his chin.
Huh, you know, I think I do recall seeing something to that accord. A goblin and a tiefling were arguing amongst each other. Something about chiropractic? I'm sorry, I wasn't really paying that much attention. There was an elven woman with them, too. I think they were headed towards the,
He kind of looks you up and down.
Tell me, sir.
Could I actually interest you? He starts then trying to pitch you a sale, and you just kind of like walk past him as you realize he had already pointed towards the west side of town, but had not given you a name.
Head west.
Give me one more D100 roll. As you wander about, you finally see a couple inns lined up along the road. One called Kelvin's Comfort, another called Geldin's Stag's Rest. One of them looks to be rather popular. There's a bunch of people, hanging around up front, loitering. But you see another one that's much more upscale. Which one do you walk into?
The Stag.
The Stag?
Yes, the Stag one.
Oh, Geldin's Stag's Rest. Okay. As you enter, you're greeted by... As you enter, you're greeted by the crackling, roaring flames. You survey around as you hear your axe beaks squawking amongst themselves outside. And as you, your eyes wander towards the common room, there you see 5 familiar faces. And we're going to take a little break right there. We'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Actually, I gotta go ahead and call it for the night. I gotta be up at 4.
All right, welcome back. So, yeah, when we left off, Samdi had just returned to the inn that the rest of you have been resting up and just enjoying some wonderful revelry. The tavern is filled with all manner of patrons. The bards are strumming away. People are cheering as they're enjoying this newfound freedom of sun and hope. The door flies open as cold air bursts in, and you do that thing in old westerns where you all just kind of turn and look and be like, who's that? And sure enough, there's Samdi, looking worse for wear. He stammers in, "Oh, there you guys are."
Me like go to him like, Samdi, what the devil happened to you?
Oh, no, you wouldn't believe what I've been through.
Try us.
Yes, because I'm sure what you went through is much more. It was much stranger than anything else that we've all been through.
Well, I made it to Ravel's End and got my axe speaks, but the bastards there set them free, so I had to go track them down. And I managed to find most of them, but then I had to kill a mammoth to save one of them, who had wounded one. And the blood from the kill attracted a polar bear, so then I had to kill that. And then I arrived here at breakneck speed. Oh, excuse me. To try and meet with you guys. And, well, my other axe speak didn't make it.
At least we have. Well, at least we have the two. Plus, we'll definitely be able to afford more after this.
Yeah, but those were mine. I cared for them. I fed them. First I lost my wife, then I lost my axe speaks. I don't know why I do this, you know?
Someday, I don't know why you do a lot of things, but don't worry about the axe beaks. They come and go. And we'll probably want to get more.
It's just not the same. He just kind of stares into the fire. You notice just how worn his hands are. The blood trenched all over his pants. The aroma clinging to him.
Someday, I think you need to take a long fucking bath and rest for once. How long have you been awake?
I'm gonna heavily insist on the bath.
I think you got a good point there. I'm gonna go see if
Rooms are all paid for. Let her know that you're with the Dawnbringers.
The what?
Oh yeah, we're known as the Dawnbringers. Don't forget that.
Oh, okay. And he goes outside. Even though the baths are the other way.
Yep.
As long as he finds some way to get rid of that smell, I don't really care. Anyways.
I guess he'll never change. Whatever.
No, I'm not expecting to, but hey, as long as we get a couple more axe beaks to make the trip smoother, and I don't remember him saying anything about the wagon. I probably should have asked. Because he did mention they let the axe beaks go. They better have kept the wagon, and he better have brought it.
Hey.
Then again, we could probably just get a new one. A nicer one.
We're probably about to roll into so much fucking surplus.
You are not wrong.
Yes.
So the question is what to do from here. Because we may want to budget for a new wagon just in case, because I'll need to check with him on that.
I mean, yeah, we'll
Definitely.
probably want a new wagon. Probably get some more axe beaks or something. But, I mean, from here, what we got to do? I mean, we murdered what's her bitch. I guess we gotta go find the Reghead Nomads.
Yeah, that's true. Otherwise, this book's kind of useless.
Yeah.
So we may as well do that. I mean, fuck, more treasure. Why not?
I mean, if we want to, take a break from saving the world or whatever the fuck this book is supposed to do, there's
I
plenty
think this
of
book was just treasure or something. I think we pretty much saved the area.
The book, from what Velen was saying, the book in the hands of the Redhead Nomads, will unblock some glacier that's fucking us over or some shit. So we're supposed to take it to the Redhead Nomads and get them to read the book that we can't read. And
No, you guys can
Yeah, I
read
remember
it.
well,
it's just, was it only like half,
it doesn't-
like half information or something?
It's just like a lot of jarbled nonsense, but it's in common.
well, it's,
Yeah,
it's
so
obviously
basically we'll just
encrypted
have,
somehow.
yeah. Either way, we need the Raghead Nomads to help solve the riddle of the book, which will allow us to break the glacier or whatever the fuck's gonna happen with that damn thing, and figure out what the fuck's on the other side of it.
Yeah, it's too bad we lost the old lady who had all the information. Hey, whatever happened to her, like, scheming bitch friend that was supposed to, like, be racing for the book? Maybe we should try to reach out and find her, since Phelan's dead. We got one other
Or
person
we
to know
could
who
also
opened up the
go.
book.
True. Although that it would be one less person to have to deal with.
And maybe she's hot.
And maybe she's annoying.
Maybe she's not 97 years old and falling over on us.
That's also a good point.
It's a lot of weird.
I mean,
wishful
I will
thinking.
be honest, pretty much anybody's going to be, is likely to be an improvement over Harpel.
Well, either way, whether we decide to seek this lady out, I don't fucking remember her name. But pretty sure we're gonna get a lot of people on.
Yeah, I don't know if I.
on us. So,
Trying to remember if she even mentioned
she
it
mentioned
in
her
front of
name.
me.
she definitely did.
I just couldn't remember if I was in the with you at the time.
Yeah, it was.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, we could always look into that. Was it perhaps even try the asshole at Revel's End? I'd rather not go back there, but that is a lead if necessary.
That sounds like a terrible idea. I agree.
It's 100% terrible, but it's a possibility to keep in mind. In the
Except when
meantime,
you're really desperate.
yeah, no, I really rather not go back there. But it might not be a bad idea to set up a new base of operations or new home for us. I mean, I guess we could go, if it's still standing, go back to Razan's shack, but to be honest, that thing was tiny anyways. Plus it's Razan's.
Oh, Razan's dead.
Yeah, but the smell of mint is getting annoying.
All the more reason not to go back there, I guess.
That's the point he's making. So,
Out of context, there is no mint there. He had it all in his bag. Mint's following you around because of Phelan right now.
I can still smell it.
I can still smell him. It haunts me.
Well, I mean, if he was a part of your guys' group and it's a free house, it's a free house, you know.
It depends on what happened in Goodmead. I mean, the dragon attacked Goodmead. The house was still standing when we were there last, but fuck, who knows what happened at the time since.
Also not a big fan of good mead.
I mean, don't
Or
they
its
have good meat?
speaker. Oh, I mean, they did have good mead, yes. Then again,
Didn't Goodmead get burnt down though?
It was
a good portion of it.
definitely it definitely caught some fire. I don't think.
I mean, I will say, I'm not against stopping by there. I haven't given shit to the speaker in a while. So we can go there to, if we do go by there, possibly stop harass him for a bit and then make our way. Okay, but in the meantime, Tourmaline did have that inn that was kind of run down that was offered to us for 1,000 gold, I believe. So we could, that is an option. We'll likely get enough to be able to fix it up.
I'd definitely say we should invest in businesses. That's a good income. I heard they have a good fishing area over there too. Is that true?
No,
I mean, I
Tourmaline
guess,
cheaper fishing. Tourmaline's got.
I mean, it was
Stone
better than
Mine.
Bremen.
No, Tourmaline didn't have a lake. Tourmaline has a gemstone mine.
No, that's right.
Can we break out the map?
Sure.
You unravel the map in front of you as it scrolls across the table.
And if we look at the town, up there it is. We were talking about Tourmaline?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's got a lake right there.
It's got a lake.
I guess it had a lake.
And it's got a lake. I think
I think that was where they were selling scrimshaw and all that too.
I don't know. I just remember the main thing they had was that fucking gemstone mine up to the north of it.
Yeah, the mine was definitely the main thing, but it also had the lake too, so it had both.
It's got both. I think I'm pretty sure the inn was like facing the lake, but you know we can also invest in gemstone mining.
All the same, Tourmaline's half fucking burned down, and we haven't been back there since the dragon attacked it.
Well, we can always go check it out. Maybe we can get property even cheaper.
Yeah, I mean we were already offered that building for 1,000, so maybe we can get it for even cheaper than that. Hell, maybe they'll even just give it to us as for everything we've done.
Or maybe we can buy it and then we can be like, hey, people that don't have property, you know, we can give you discounted rent for staying here, and they can, you know, help us fix up the place for free because they have a place to now stay.
We could also convert it from an inn to something else, make it more of a base for doing other work.
I mean, if we're gonna make a base of operations, I say we pick out a plot of land somewhere and build a base of operations.
Ooh, maybe you might not be wrong there. Actually, that
Would just commission somebody to build a fucking castle for the Dawnbringers.
I mean, I kind of like the sounds of that.
That does sound cool, actually.
Actually,
for them to make something like that, fucking cool ass castle.
Where'd that dragon come from?
Yeah, that place is accounted for. Let's not go there.
You know, the dragon came from down here in this giant diamond in the south. It was occupied by
Duergar.
And
Yeah.
it was connected to the Underdark. So I don't think we really want to hang out in that castle too much.
Yeah, no, we're gonna ignore that one.
What about this plot of land over here? That could from where we're over here. Up there.
What, just go move all the way back to the Sea of Moving Ice?
Well, yeah.
Why would we want to be so far away from the towns? You realize how much of a bitch it would be to get supplies?
Not very, because we have people bring us supplies. And if we have gotten rid of the Ice Queen lady, sun's gonna be out, the ice is gonna melt, we're only have to worry about that in the wintertime.
There's no roads out there. People get fucking lost in the snow, fucking eaten by yetis and shit.
Make a road.
Yeah, you know how much time that would fucking take?
Less time than making a castle.
It's gonna be, but we're gonna have to do both, really.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to make
a castle and a fucking road all the way out there.
Fine. What about right here? Ooh, yeah, right next to this river.
What if instead of over there, we put our fucking castle down right in the middle of fucking 10 towns?
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that more.
Easy access to every fucking town. Everybody can come to us. Whatever. We can get supplies from anywhere.
What about, now I'm just spitballing here. Here's the main road into town. What if we just did it right there? Right off the side right here. And then it's just a short ways to get to the other roads. We're not in the middle of everything. Because if we're in the middle of everything, then everyone's gonna you know, if this town has a problem with that town, you know, we're gonna be right in the middle of it. If this town has a problem with that town, we're gonna be right in the middle of it. That house has a problem with that town, we're gonna be right in the middle of it. If this town has a problem with that town, we're still right in the middle of it.
Yeah, and if these towns have a problem with each other, then they have to come through us and fucking.
We're gonna be will likely be more of a buffer than anything. Either that, chances are they're either not going to want, they'll want to avoid passing by our place is to get in the middle of a conflict, or they're going to inquire with us about assisting them in the with their side of the conflict, in which case we can make more money.
All the same, I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. We gotta first find out what the fuck's going on with this reward and all that.
That is true. Perhaps we should go get that.
No?
Yo! How's it going, old man?
Yes, hello. I'm the priest Mishan. Tauren, you immediately recognize this priest as the one who assisted you when you guys first arrived at Bryn Shander.
Hey! How are you doing? Remember me?
Is he the one who gave us the potions?
Hello, my little acolyte. How are you?
Good. Actually, your timing could not be more perfect. I actually need your help with something when you're able, of course. But yeah. But apart from that, how are you doing?
I'm well. Tell me though, I come with an inquiry, and good tidings, in fact.
Yeah?
Well, I have been directed by the speaker herself to conduct the coronation ceremony, to indoctrinate you into the sagas of heroes.
Oh, awesome.
That sounds neat.
Tomorrow morning, at first light, be at the steps of the Temple of Lathander for all of you to receive your just rewards.
Oh, wow. Actually...
I know we're kind of like riding this high right now. Does that sound fucking suspect at all to anybody else?
Actually,
I mean, yes, but are we really going to turn it down?
Actually...
I'm just saying. It seems kind of weird.
Oh yeah, no, definitely we definitely want to keep on our guard, because that was kind of a weird way to put it. But I mean, if we're not looking too much into this, this is gonna be great.
I mean, yeah, we're fucking heroes, right?
After the ceremony, my young acolyte, I would be more than happy to assist you with whatever endeavors you have.
I appreciate that. Would you care if I give you would you be alright if I tell you what it is right now, just for preparation's sake?
Oh, we can save all of the formalities for later. For now, a toast to you all, for your great deeds and heroism. Holds up a small stein of ale.
I just kind of casually join in on it with my cider cup.
Ha ha! To the Dawnbringers.
Here, motherfuckers. Chug.
He takes a hard swill back.
I'll drink to that.
Excellent. Remember, temple, first dawn.
Yo, what fucking time is it? Should we crash?
We're not in anything that we can crash.
No, you guys have been set up in the most luxurious inn in Bryn Shander. Right now, you're all staying at the Gildan Stag's Rest, a long-standing inn that is just decadent with luxury and convenience. It's the nicest place in Bryn Shander right now.
So, everyone, I have a thought in my head. I think it's important to relay. I think the red flags are there. I think something's happening.
I mean, it's possible, but at the same time, we very, very well could be looking too much into this.
Like,
But
I
also,
think the paranoia, it's just been danger after danger. We've just been getting murdered left and right. It's hard to believe that something good might actually be coming our way.
Yeah.
look, just all we gotta do, just make sure we just gotta make sure we're not unarmed, and we're just prepared, but be courteous and don't.
I just want to.
Why the fuck am I saying that we need to be courteous?
I don't know.
Anyways.
I'm just going to point out that nothing good ever happens to you in the game of life. So,
well,
we did.
Yeah,
but these people want to take credit for it. They're going to blame us for some shit. We're going to have to murder a town. I'm just saying.
Look, we'll be prepared. Just be prepared for that. but let's not jump to conclusions just yet, because otherwise we're probably going to create more problems than solving. So
I can't make any promises.
We'll just be aware, be courteous, put a smile on. We're going to be heroes. They're going to be looking at us. Exactly. Everyone's going to be looking at us, and if we're wrong, if the paranoia is wrong, and this is an actual ceremony where we are being treated as heroes, well then, we might want to act more like it, and revel in it. But at the same time, we're not exactly going to be turning down the offers, so there's not a whole lot we can do.
So what we need to do is figure out if the fjords are owned by anyone and how we purchase them, or if we can just start building on them.
And
the
that
fjords
too.
are not owned by anybody. At most, anybody that's going to claim regency over the fjords is going to be the Reghead nomads. But I mean, they're nomads. They wander. That's what they do.
Okay, so basically what we're saying is, let's break out the map, circle where we want to build our castle, get to work.
Let's get there tomorrow first, then we'll figure out the castle building.
That's true.
So, hey, what time is it? Are we crashing? I'm going to bed.
It's currently
10. We gotta
10.
be up early. 10?
The hour is very late. The sun was already setting when Sandy arrived.
All right. In that case, before you guys can go to sleep, I'm gonna eat myself silly.
Okay.
Actually, question:
It's going to be a late meal then.
Hold on, is everything free? Is all the food free? The drinks free? Is
Everything's
free
compensated. Everything's on the speaker's tab tonight.
Okay.
You know what, Tauren? What? I hear they even got nice wenches.
I'll get back. I'm not quite in the mood for that. Anyway.
Oh, no snoo.
I'm good. In the meantime, I charge up to her, and I basically just look her dead in the eye, and I'm like, give me one of everything.
Oh, one of everything coming right up, my lords.
That's
the rest of the
though.
night is filled with revelry, drinks, food. Some of you don't even make it up to your rooms. You just kind of pass out in the bar. And the rest of the night is, well, kind of a blur, as the shining rays of the sun begin to peer through the windows. For some of you, you didn't even sleep. And you realize, oh, fuck, you're late to your own coronation. And so you scramble your way across Bryn Shander to the temple.
Make sure to grab Somdi when we leave.
Somdi, who has been passed out outside, cuddled with his axe beaks, one of them still swaddled in the tent canvas.
Shining up my armor a little bit. Nothing like goblin slobber to shine up your armor, man.
As you guys arrive to the temple, you're directed to the top of the steps and told to stand in a straight line, as the coronation is already underway. A huge crowd of people are drawn out front. Everyone from all walks of 10 towns are gathered, huddled around the steps, until finally the priest from last night, Priest Michon, finally gathers everyone's attention. Your attention, please. Yes, silence. Thank you. We are gathered here to pay homage to these great heroes. For too long we have been held in the darkness, kept within the confines of shadow, in hiding, huddled amongst the darkness, doing what we may to survive. We have faced all manner of blight, from raiders to the wilds, to the unlamenting, bitter rime of Ariel. Until one day, these heroes arrived, these adventurers, not only face dragon fire, but the gods themselves. And so, we are gathered here today to pay thank you to these great adventurers. And so, it is with great honor bestowed upon me, our town speaker, and the Lord of Light himself, that I bestow these gifts to our saviors. To you, Benson, we grant... And he pulls out a small sickle. We grant to you the sickle of the moon. To you, Everest, the silver tongue, we find no greater honor than bestowing upon you the Flametongue.
Thank you.
To you, Groggle, the swift, the nimble, the terrifying. It is with great honor we bestow upon you the Mace of Terror. To you, Phelan Honeywood, for your due diligence and service, we felt it necessary that given your skill set, we bestow upon you this masterwork heavy crossbow. To you, Tauren, for your devotion to the light, it is with my great esteem we bestow upon thee the Sun Blade. And to you, Somdi, for your great sacrifices in battle, we bestow upon you the battle axe of giant slayers. Once more, I give you the Dawnbringers!
I just kind of casually wave awkwardly.
And the crowd goes wild.
The crowd goes wild with an eruption of cheers and fist pumps. People are just chanting, Dawnbringers! Dawnbringers! Dawnbringers!
Thank you.
After many pats on the back and much revelry, the speaker pulls you aside and informs you that you have lodging for up to 1 month in any establishment within Bryn Shander on her.
Yay.
Thanks.
So, for those of you who need some clarification and recap on what you were just given, Benson, you have been granted the Moon Sickle.
It's like a popsicle, but tastes like the moon.
It tastes like cheese.
It is a silver-bladed sickle that glimmers softly with moonlight. When you hold this +2 magic weapon, you gain a bonus to attacks and damage rolls made with it.
Wait, what?
It's a +2 sickle.
Did I get advantage when I'm holding it?
Not advantage, you get a +2 to damage and damage and attack. It's a +2 sickle.
Gotcha.
Also, like how, and none of us were correcting him on this, but Benson didn't even do anything.
I literally
literally
mentioned David. I was like, wow, Benson's getting rewarded even though he didn't help us kill the Ice Queen.
He did nothing, and he's getting rewarded, and I fucking love it.
I mean, you guys can point that out, and you can have his
100% no. Especially like Everest is actually enjoying that fact more than anything.
There's a little bit of extra confusion. They didn't know that you were actually a sorcerer. When you referred to them as a healer, they pegged you for like a druid or a ranger. The Moon Sickle requires attunement with a druid or ranger spell. So for you, it's a rare weapon, but you can't benefit from its +2ness. It's straight cash money. should you pawn it, which can pay for your real reward, the castle you want to build.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and link to you the deets on that weapon. The Mace of Terror for you, Grogo. Oh, excuse me. The weapon has 3 charges. While you're holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge to release a wave of terror. Each creature of your choice within 30 feet must pass a wisdom save or become frightened for 1 minute. So it's literally the fear me, bitches item.
Is it the same as the Moon Sickle, or is this just like a base item? There's no +1 or anything?
There's no +1 to it. Oh, yeah, no, it's a I hit you and you cry.
It looks fucking badass.
That's pretty cool.
For you, Tauren, the Sun Blade. The item appears to be a longsword hilt. When you grasp it, you can use a bonus action to cause the blade of pure radiance to spring into existence, or make the blade disappear. It's a lightsaber.
Oh, wow.
When the blade exists, this magic longsword has the finesse property. If you're proficient with short sword or long swords, you are proficient with the Sun Blade. You gain a +2 bonus to attacks and damage made with this weapon, which deals radiant instead of slashing damage. When you hit an undead with it, it deals an extra 1d8 radiant damage. It also sheds light for 15 feet, an additional 15 feet of dim light. It is also considered sunlight, so it's great against vampires or kobolds or goblins.
Ooh.
While the blade persists, you can
Grogo
use an
like it.
action to expand or reduce its light by a maximum of 30 feet. So you can crank up the brightness.
Ooh.
So you got
And-
a lightsaber.
That also
And a
that
flashlight.
Also means since you have that ability that you do extra damage whenever you do radiant damage. That sword does radiant damage, so you do extra damage as well.
That might apply to spellcasting only, but you might be correct.
That'd be cool.
You were granted a Flametongue Longsword, Everest. You can use a bonus action to speak the magical word's command word, causing it to erupt into flames. These flames shed a bright light in a 40-foot radius and an additional 40 feet of dim. When the sword is ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 fire damage to any target it hits. The flames last until you use a bonus action to speak the command word again, or until you drop or sheath the sword. So you have a longsword that does an extra 2d6 fire damage and sheds light.
And you can
Nice.
say "flame on" every once in a while.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
For you, Phelan, you have a +2 heavy crossbow. It deals 1d10 damage plus an additional +2 to hits and damage. So this is like the closest thing I can give you to a sniper rifle.
Okay, I need to start making my fucking bad news. That's what I need to do.
I will allow many parts from this weapon to constitute just what you need to construct the one you desire to build, because you're basically converting one
Ooh.
sniper rifle into another.
Okay.
So
Nice.
these are all rare items, meaning they're worth a lot.
I got a random question, Lucky.
Yeah.
With the item that you gave me,
Mhm.
it's got a secondary addendum at the very bottom. It says when you cast a spell that restores hit points, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the amount of hit points restored, provided you are holding the sickle.
Mhm.
The weapon itself says that I can't gain benefit from any of the above portion stuff that requires me to be a druid or a ranger.
Mhm.
Does that mean I can still get the bonus from casting spells?
So because, it says you can use the sickle as a spellcasting focus for your druid or ranger spells, I will permit the second stanza of when you cast a spell that restores hit points, you can roll a d4 and add the number to the amount, basically add a d4 on top. I will permit that to not require druid or ranger attunement. You just won't benefit from the
From the
+2
anything
and using it as a spellcasting focus.
Well, because the spellcasting focus specifies that it has to be for a ranger druid thing specifically.
Yeah, and then for Samdi, he got the Giant Slayer Battle Axe, deals an extra 2d6 damage against giant types, which might be a little racist. So, these were determined on your guys' rolls, by the way. So, if
Damn 4s.
well, some 4s I had to be re-rolled, and then I had to re-roll the randomly generated loot and be like, okay, they got a 4. What if I re-roll this? What's the next 4? Okay.
I got a 10.
Now, this is
Tauren,
also considered party loot, so if you're like the, hey, I don't actually want this, give me that, and you want to trade and swap, you can. But each one of these magic items is easily appraised at roughly 5,000 gold apiece.
Nice.
So even if you don't like it, you can still make bank off of it. So.
Yeah.
And we'll need a lot of
I mean, it's a massive improvement to the longsword I had, so I'm cool with that.
Well, you had that fucking psionic
Yeah.
dagger too.
Yeah, I do have the daggers, and I have the dagger and the longsword. Both should do quite a bit.
Right, calm down, Witcher.
But a fire sword is
They
just
call me the bitcher.
Oh my god.
Toss a coin to your bitcher. It will make him shut up. It will make him shut up. Oh, whoa.
For a couple seconds.
Yeah, for a couple seconds.
I'm gonna need another coin, asshole.
Put a coin in me and I'll shut up.
It's basically a reverse jukebox.
Hey, that's how you make money. You put a coin in it to make it be quiet and go away. And then you just play like Rick Roll or, what was that one song? It's Friday, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, God.
Friday. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Friday.
So after some time passes, the crowds disperse, and Tauren, you find yourself with the opportunity to speak with Priest Michonne.
He's right next to me, correct?
Yes. Everyone else is
So-
oohing and awing over their loot.
So, do you remember that thing I need to ask you about earlier?
Yes, yes. We finally have the time to do so. What can I do for you, my child?
Well, since the Frostmaiden's gone, I'm assuming the connection to Lathander himself is more stable, I take it.
Oh, our temple has been just flooded with new conversions and true believers all along. Truly, our answers have been prayed, and truly, the light of Lathander has shined through you. You, who has been his hand, his will. You're always welcome
Well,
here.
Thank you. Though, having said that, I'd like to request something.
Anything for an acolyte of the Golden One.
I need to talk to Lathander directly.
Oh, for one who bends to his will, I'm sure that would be a simple task.
Ben, I take it the speaker would be able to do so, assist me in that regard?
I think you are more qualified than even I. Come,
Okay.
bow before the steeple. In front of you is a huge stained glass window, and you see the sun rays shining through it as he just kind of illuminates and glows.
And I proceed to bow.
As you lift your head, you look up and you notice that the stained glass begins to move like a living painting as the visage of Lathander seems to turn its head and then gaze down upon you. Grogo, as you're watching, you see two people just kneeling on the steps and nothing more.
So I look up to him and I smile and I say, "Hey,
Yeah, the priest just kind of looks confused and taken aback by your nonchalantness, and he bows his head back down.
Actually, DM, how does the stained glass window respond?
The stained glass window just kind of nods its head.
And I just kind of smirk. And I just say, I don't even. Okay. I honestly don't even know where to start with this one. I guess there's something I need to know from you. And honestly, I would really deeply, deeply, deeply appreciate it if you gave me a direct answer on this. Please.
The stained glass image just kind of cocks its head to one side.
Again, I've been hearing rumors, stories, which I'm sure you're aware of, but I guess I just need to hear your voices of confirmation, and given our experience together, I honestly trust you on this. I just take a very deep breath, and I'm just shuddering at this point. Did you curse me?
The priest just kind of goes, I'm going to give you two a moment. As he kind of excuses himself from the conversation. He wanders over to the rest of the group, and he's like, oh, well then. And he just starts chatting up Gruggo, and he's like, congratulating, give everyone pats on the backs. As you kind of look back over your shoulder, you turn back up, and in the instant you looked away, the entire stained glass window has changed to where before he was standing, like, holding up the sun, he's now just standing there with his arms crossed and a look of disappointment across his face as he just kind of slowly nods up and down.
Okay. I just, in that case, I would like to know why.
He taps twice onto his own chest.
So, was it just a matter of you needing me? Was it just a kick? What was it exactly? I apologize. I'm not the best at this at interpreting things.
He holds it, the stained glass begins to portray the image of one light in one hand as he clutches it, and he opens his other palm, and the same light appears in his other hand. Give me an insight check.
All right.
Gruggo. You can't make heads or tails of what this imagery means.
Okay, this is awkward. Oh boy. I am.
You begin to notice that as the sun shifts, the stained glass is slowly having a shadow cast over the side of it, like the phase of a moon moving, and where the shadow hits, the stained glass is slowly reverting back to its original state.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm lost. I'm sorry. But at least you're honest. At least there's that. I'm just, at this point, my head is spinning at this point.
He reaches out with his hand, and you see that the light is glowing and emitting brighter and brighter.
Out of curiosity, I guess, out of instinct, I kind of lift my hand up and I kind of bring it towards the light.
Mm-hmm.
Can I actually touch it?
No, it's way up there on the side of the building. The light gets brighter and brighter, and it actually begins to sting your eyes a bit.
And I immediately close my eyes and turn away.
The light begins to dim, and as you turn back, give me another insight check.
Okay.
You see a look of disappointment on his face.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you want of me.
He taps twice on his chest once more.
At this point, I actually I actually look down my own chest, actually. Do I see anything down there? Anything special, unique?
You feel the heaviness in your heart, and that tightness that you get whenever the curse is enacted.
Okay. Let's see. Light, shadow. At this point, I just kind of look to the side here, by where the green highlight is happening.
Oh, that's just where the shadow's creeping and the stained glass is slowly reverting to its original state. It's like a timer.
Right, okay. Light. Chest.
You feel the creepiness in your heart get harder and harder every time you look over your shoulder at your friends. Like a hand gripping you. As you look up into the stained glass, you see that Lathander is gripping that light all the same, as if the light is your heart.
Oh, is that my... I kind of tapped my chest.
The stained glass nods.
Oh. So what do I need to get it back?
He holds it close to himself and shakes his head left and right, and then taps on his chest once more. Give me an insight check.
Alrighty. Sorry. There we go.
This you're able to much more convey. It's the mannerism of it's mine now. I have it. Meanwhile, the rest of the group, you're all just kind of basking in your treasures as the priest kind of interjects between the bunch of you. He's like, I hope everything's to your pleasing, my lords. If there's anything else we can do for any of you, please don't be afraid to ask.
Well,
we were wanting...
Land development.
Oh, unfortunately, that's a bit out of my jurisdiction, but I'm sure the town speakers would be more than pleased once your name ventures far across this land.
I'll be singing our praises for generations, right, Everest? Shit's gonna be great.
Oh, absolutely. I am looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Finally. Be a great change to how things have been.
And what of you, my lady? Are you pleased with your reward? You've been rather silent since the coronation.
It's definitely interesting. I do appreciate it.
She's always silent. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's just how she is. I wouldn't take offense to it.
Oh, no offense taken. If anything, I find it rather intimidating.
She tends to do that, yeah.
She got Zuko. She's pissed off.
My lady, your wounds. Is there any way we can be permitted to assist you with that?
I
The fuck you turned into Darth Vader?
honestly have no idea. The Ice Queen gave it to me herself, so I'd have no clue if it actually can be cured or not.
He holds his hand out, and a soft light seems to radiate from his fingertips as he closes his eyes. Yes, no, this is no normal wound. As he kind of like then reaches down around your throat, and then as if ripping out your soul, like the reverse of a Doctor Strange, he just rips out an astral copy of yourself. And whatever movement you make, it mirrors. And he just kind of points, and you see where the wound is on your face is this deep, deep, almost purplish-like blue, while the rest of your astral image kind of radiates this soft orange. Yes, I see it now. This wound is deeper than the flesh. It scars the very soul.
That shit's not going away.
Well, yes and no. There is a way, though I regret to say I am of no tutelage to handle such obstacle.
Do you know where I could find somebody who may be able to cure me of this affliction?
I can cure you.
That isn't Benson.
I'm a doctor.
Dr. Benson?
I heard what you did to that old woman. I don't want you doing it to me either.
I am the son of Ben of Clan Wolf. You can cure anything with death.
Well, I want to live. Thank you.
Unfortunately,
I can cure that too. Don't die.
it would take someone of such high esteemed skill, perhaps a member of the Brotherhood of Arcanan, or... no, they're all long dead. There's no way. Then again, there have been rumors.
Dude, our friend is talking to a god right now. I think whatever you're thinking of is not that unrealistic in comparison.
I suppose
Is he talking to
stranger
a god?
things have happened. Are you familiar with the magics of the people of Netherese?
I've heard of them.
Frozen
Never heard of them.
deep, deep within the ice of the Reghead Glacier, there was once a floating city belonging to the greatest casters of all time. Their magic was so great it frightened even the gods. Perhaps that's what attracted the ire of the Frostmaiden in the first place. But with her gone, what was nothing more than myth is now a probability.
Wow, that's really interesting. Can you mark that on my map? Wait, no.
I mean,
map
it's
marked itself.
probably, yeah.
Actually, yeah, why don't you guys give him the map so he can maybe mark it down so we can try
He
to
doesn't
find
need
them?
to map it.
The map marks itself. Trust me.
Okay.
Map's smart.
I guarantee it's already there. Look, it pulls out the map.
I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm
The map.
I'm the map. I'm a map.
I'm the map.
Magic map. Magic map. Poof. Yes, he just kind of gently taps on the northern easternmost part of the map. There. That is where their city was rumored to have crashed.
Oh,
I'm
listen,
assuming there's a gem right there now.
Yes. Where his fingerprint lies, a crystal gem appears on the map.
Isn't that a neat
Perfect.
map?
Convenient.
You like it, right?
I like
Definitely the coolest tool we got.
But
Maps
you
are
must be
awesome.
wary. If you truly seek such lost magics, no doubt there are dangers down there that, again, even the gods feared.
I mean, we killed a god, so you know what they say. You go on to the next most challenging thing.
From the caves
I mean,
of
technically,
hunger.
we didn't kill a god, Benson.
I mean, one way or another, we're probably going to get it in over our heads, but we'll address that when we get to that.
I'm just saying, Grego.
Welcome, Wukong boy. Thanks for joining the pack.
I was part of the group. Okay, just calm down.
Oh, yeah, no.
You weren't.
You know, no, he just didn't deliver the killing blow. You know, he was there, though. It's fine. He was there.
I was there.
Oh, absolutely. He's been an integral part.
Exactly.
Best healer we've had the whole time. That's for sure.
Well then,
Yeah,
I
I bet
mean,
that old lady can agree.
Actually,
if it
I
is
mean, I got you guys free room, free food. Grego got discount on bread and a fish head.
Head was delicious, by the way. Ate it on the way over
fish
here.
heads, fish heads.
I know.
when
I was
they
eyeing you
fish
eating that. I was
heads.
like, Too bad I don't cast shadows. You could see me eyeing you right now.
You ever just, like, take a fish head, like, suck the eyeball out of it? Oh, glorious.
Only if it's still alive.
No, usually just eat the whole thing at once.
You're gonna, like, just, like, shove it in your mouth and just go until you hear the, like, eyeball pop and you feel it hit the back of your throat and crunch. Oh, and the liquid goes all over your mouth. Fucking delicious, man. Nothing like a fisheye right out of the socket.
Well then, as detailed and graphic as that may be, regarding your friend, and he just kind of slaps the astral projection back in her body. It tickles. If you do seek the magic of the Netherese, what you truly must find is the Yithrin Mythalar, the power source, that which the gods most truly feared. It is said to have the ability to raise entire cities. But be warned, there's all manner of unholy abominations down there in the caves of hunger. Liches, the undead. Now then.
Liches and bitches, got it.
Dig through the ditches and kill all the liches and get back of my Dracula.
Meanwhile, Tauren, the light begins to fade faster and faster.
At this point, I just ask him, all right, so final question, what must I do to get it back? My heart.
A deep sense of ire crosses the stained glass as its brows flare deep, and he clutches the light harder, causing your chest to ache even more, to send the message of, it's mine. You won't get it back. You are mine.
And then I actually kind of get down, grasp my chest, I look up to him, and then I ask him, in that case, do you want the sword back?
Oh, the sword's not his. The town gave you the sword.
Oh, the town gave me this? Oh.
Yeah, no.
And I just, in that case, I'm just like, so that's how it is.
Your memories flood back to when you first formed the pact with Lathander, when you first devoted yourself, and lost memories become unlocked, where you recall the light leaving your chest and drifting up into the rising sun.
Okay. So that's how it is. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And with that, a single tear goes down my chest, and I turn away.
And as you do, there's a thunderous clash as the stained glass window shatters all around you, shards raining down. Give me a dex save.
Wow.
All right, you take 4 damage as shards of glass slit deep down into your arms and legs and your back. The rest of you all see and hear this. The priest is taken aback as the whole front of the glass window of the temple is just blown out completely. Oh, no! What have you done?
Looks like he had a falling out with his girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is.
And I think I just got dumped.
Sounds like cheese.
Ow.
You in some kind of, like, toxic relationship over there or something?
My temple!
I mean, if you're in a relationship with a god, I would imagine it's going to be toxic. Yeah, it tends to be more one-sided, I would think.
The priest, overtaken with concern and fear, just rushes inside as you hear screams and people, walking over broken glass. So yeah, Tauren, you're bleeding kind of bad too as you pull out a rather long shard.
Okay. Ow, 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 ow.
Oh, Tauren, that doesn't look good.
I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna. All right. Would cure. All right, Dan. Would cure wounds like embed the shards into my body?
You say you're going to cast Cure Wounds?
No. Question. If I did cast cure wounds, would that like embed the shards into my body?
Embed them? No.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna cast cure wounds
probably-
on myself.
Okay.
You could probably just do a healing light.
You wave your hand over the infected wound, and you see the light begin to emit from your hand, and then slowly fade away. You gain 0 hit points.
Oh.
Oh, he took your magic.
Oh, that's definitely not good.
And
he
that's
took
where
Wait,
we're going to
Tauren,
end for
something,
tonight.
something.
That's where we're going to end for tonight. So I want to thank everyone who tuned into our stream. We stream every Monday at 8. Tune in next time to see what becomes of Tauren and his now unholy pact. Thanks for watching.